What's up, you guys? Aaron here. Today I want to talk about kind of what's going to be going on the next few months and relocating the punt factory. It's obviously going to be tough to leave this, but I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in on what's going on, what's happening, and yeah, so here we go after it. So yeah, guys, I want to talk about a couple things that have gone into, obviously, our decision to relocate, what it means for you guys, and then also what it means for my business in general and how things are going to look going forward. So basically, the decision to relocate started about a year ago. Obviously, my wife and I were here in California, and as you guys know, California it's a beautiful place. I grew up here. I grew up about 15-20 miles that way in Covina. And I've been here my whole life. The only time I've really ever moved locations is in 2016 when I played for Minnesota United, and that's obviously where I met Kelly and was playing soccer. I've traveled quite a bit. I've left home for periods of time, but I've never not had my address formally here in California. So the decision was tough, right? I mean, obviously Kelly being from Minneapolis, or from Minnesota, should I say, we've always talked about moving back that way, the Midwest, and kind of settling in more of a calm, quiet place, a better place to raise Finley. And I think Finley being born is one of those big reasons why we're looking to move. But in reality, a lot of it is just, kind of what you hear about on the news, what you hear about on social media in terms of California, right? It's getting real crowded. I love it, and I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people here. The taxes are really high. You pay a lot of money in taxes. You pay a lot of money to live. Expenses. Gas is expensive. You got to drive everywhere. So in reality, obviously the basic human needs, life needs, expenses of life are part of why we're looking at moving, right? I've been spending the last year and a half, 2 years, really trying to grow this business, trying to grow the Punt Factory to the point where it's a national kind of, I wouldn't say global, but bigger brand, right? Obviously being partnered with Chris Saylor, which is, the biggest brand in kicking in my opinion, has helped. And I do feel like I've definitely put in the work to move, to grow my brand, to grow the Punt Factory. And obviously that's a lot due to you guys. I try to produce content, do good anytime I do lessons or camps, promote a good name for myself. I try to represent myself well and Chris well when I'm at Vegas or any of the big national camps. I try and forge and develop very strong relationships with you guys. And, I think that hopefully, the move will pay off. Originally, we were looking at Texas. And we drove out there as a family, had my in-laws drive down from Minnesota for the top 12 camp in that week of invitationals. We were there for about 11 minutes and Kelly said that it was too hot. So, that kind of knocked Texas off our list. We were looking at Phoenix, Florida, Kansas, but from a business perspective as well, we're trying to find a place where I feel like there's a good base of high school football, potential punters that I can work with, and then also places where I can get to other places quicker. So basically at this point we've decided on moving to Nashville, Tennessee, which is, right outside, or should I say we're going to move right outside of Nashville. There's a couple areas we're looking at, but we're moving there for a couple reasons. Number one, kind of aligns with us from a family-oriented place. Political, economical values, it's a lot cheaper to live there. It's more simple to live there. Not going to get into personal beliefs on this, but basically it aligns more with kind of where we want to raise our family and where we want to, live and settle. From there, I can get to places like Atlanta, Indianapolis, Ohio, Kentucky. I can fly to Dallas or Houston. I can fly to Florida. I can get to more places quicker. And then obviously I can still get back here whenever I need. I always say, you guys don't know whether I got off a plane this morning and I'm here for lessons or if I drove from down the street, right? You guys just know that when I say I'm here at 8, I'll be here at 8. When I'm here at 9, I'll be here at 9. So it's definitely going to be hard. I've built up a really good reputation and I feel like I've built up a really good reputation and brand here in California. This is kind of known as, myself and Sailor and Joey and Cole and all of this is like our turf, right? Our territory. We've all spent years and years building up relationships here, and clientele and a name in the area. So it's definitely going to be tough, but I think it's going to be a very good move for our family. How it's going to affect you guys, okay? I think the way it's going to affect the Punt Factory is, I think it's going to be good. I'm definitely going to do things the right way and build a good clientele base in Tennessee, work on building that up. If you guys know my rules, I never reach out to anyone else's clients. I never DM kids and ask them to train with me. I never reach out and say, hey, come work with me. I do everything organically, right? So I'm big on social media. I rely on other kids' referrals and things like that. So you'll never see me reach out to someone that I don't already work with or that I don't already know and say, hey, come work with me. I'd rather go slow and build it the right way, do it the right way, rather than try to poach other people's clients. It's not how I work. I think that's kind of janky. So yeah. So in terms of that, my goal, okay, for the end of 2020 and 2021 is to essentially develop more places that the Punt Factory grows in, okay? So here's how I want 2021 to work, and I'll make a more video about this later once I solidify it, but I want to pick 4 to 6 locations that I can make essentially hubs. Part of the funnest thing of this for me is I get to travel to new places and meet new people. So my goal going forward is to essentially create new places to bring good training, punting lessons, mentoring, coaching to more people. So as of right now, I'm looking at places, obviously California, Northern California. I've been going to those places for years on my own dime to work with guys and train kids. Nashville is obviously going to be home base. And then I want to add places like Dallas and Houston, where I've gone quite a bit myself already. South Florida, I've gotten a lot of you guys to reach out from there. Atlanta, I've gone there obviously as well on my own time quite a bit and try to develop relationships there. Also, Obi goes there, and I think we could do a very good job in that city. Seattle, I've got a lot of you guys asking me about Seattle. And then I do also want to add the Northeast. I do feel like it's a little bit, there's a need up there. Obviously, weather permitting, some of those places are tougher to get to in the winter. But basically, Seattle, Dallas, Houston, South Florida, Tennessee, Atlanta, Ohio, I've gotten quite a bit of you guys, and then obviously California. I want to make those places that I go more consistently and bring more consistent training to you guys. Now, whether that's going to work, I don't know, but you'll never know until you try. So my goal is to essentially try to create a place where the Punt Factory can grow. We can continue producing, in my opinion, the best, most trained and developed punters and the best fraternity of punters that there is. And I can bring my information and my personality and my idea of what good punters are to more people around the country. I'm excited to do that. I mean, obviously it's going to need time to grow and build relationships, and I'm willing to put in the time and do what I need to do. Obviously, as a father and a husband, I have to be smart about decisions I make, but at the end of the day, I'm doing it because I love what I do. It's my life's work. I've spent the entirety of my adult life traveling around doing lessons. Back before you guys were even in high school, man, I was living in San Diego, driving to LA, driving to the Valley, driving anywhere I could do to find 2 or 3 guys. And now it's evolved into bigger groups of guys, flying places. So I've been doing it for a long time, and it's part of what I love to do. And it's just part of the payoff for me, where I get to scratch the travel itch and the airport itch and all that. And then eventually, I'd love to be able to bring Finley with me, have him travel with me, meet a lot of you guys, and just essentially grow up, running around on the field, shagging footballs. So there's a lot that goes into it, but basically, the Punt Factory will change. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more movable, and I'll hit more locations, see more guys, and I'll always, like I said, for sure come back to California because I've built up a really good base here, and I'm never going to leave this. So, and obviously being home, I get to see my family, my parents, my grandparents, my brother, my niece, nephew, so that's important to me as well. So yeah, we're going to be spending the rest of this year, 2020, in Minnesota as we look to either buy or build a house in Tennessee. We'll leave a week from today. We're going to drive out to Nashville, put most of our stuff in a storage unit, carry on to Minnesota, and then kind of settle in for the winter while I have my camps, trainings, etc. After we get to Nashville, I have my camp in Dallas on the 4th. I'd fly back here to California and then drive my car all the way to Minnesota. So I'll be doing about 4,000 miles in the next 3 weeks, but you know, I don't mind it. I'll stop and do some lessons along the way in the Bay Area, maybe in Colorado, Wyoming, wherever. But yeah, relocating the Punt Factory. Again, I never thought I'd have to do it. I never thought I'd come to this, but you know, I think it's going to be a good move for myself, especially a good move for my family. And those are really the three things you do things for, right? You know, your business, yourself, and your family. Your family, your business, and yourself. Those three things are super important to me. So I appreciate all the support from you guys. If you have questions or anything, please let me know in the comments. But I look forward to continuing to produce more content. I'll just have to film a lot myself and send it to this man. And you know, like I said, I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me here, and support for the channel. It's growing great, and I'll keep producing content as long as you guys enjoy it. It's fun. But yeah, relocating the Punt Factory. I'm excited. 2021 is going to be a whole new start. So peace and love to all you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching this video, guys. To continue along with this journey and watch this channel grow, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel.